Hello, Michael Dominichetti here with Sutton Group About Town and his personal best. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the process of buying a home. And a lot of times when people look at a big task, such as buying a home, they get a little bit freaked out because they think about all the things that need to be done all at once. So what I've done is I've created a list here, and I've broken it down into 10 easy steps on buying a home. So the very first thing that we'll see here is determining your wants and needs. And in order to help out with that, I have a list that I'd be happy to send out to you, which asks a lot of questions about what it is that you're looking for in a home. Things that are important to you, like a particular geographical location. Do you have to be in a certain school district, close to a church, highway access, that kind of thing. Also, how many bedrooms do you have to have? Do you really need to have that walk-in closet and the man cave? This list is really good because it asks a lot of questions, and I find that sometimes we can even dig up some stuff that you may not have thought about when you're looking for a home. The second thing here is selecting your real estate agent. Hopefully you've already got that figured out, and that's why you're looking at me and my website here. But it's also very important to think about who you're going to work with. There's a lot of us out there, and my best advice is to interview the realtors or realtor that you think you're going to work with, and almost like you're interviewing for a job. Have a list of questions and make sure that you get the answers that you're looking for. One of the most important things, I think, is that you need to get along with the person that you're going to be working with, because during the process of buying a home, you're going to be spending quite a lot of time with that realtor. I would say that when I work with people buying a home, I'll spend anywhere from 10, 20, sometimes even 30 or 40 hours with them. By the time we go look at a dozen or so, or maybe even more houses, writing up contracts, doing the home inspection, follow-up visits, things like that. So you definitely want to be working with somebody that you get along with. The next step here, get pre-approved for a mortgage, also very important. Even before we go looking at houses, we want to make sure that you're qualified. And the difference between a pre-approval and pre-qualified, becoming pre-qualified is basically going to your bank or financial institution and just asking, hey, we're thinking about buying a house, what do you think? And they'll just do a quick check into your history and your credit and give you sort of a ballpark. Becoming pre-qualified is a little bit more in-depth, where they may want to look at a couple of houses that you're actually looking at buying and do a more thorough workup to get you pre-qualified. Number 4, getting access to up-to-date information. This is where I come in, utilizing the tools that we have available as realtors and using the skills that we have, constantly checking on a daily basis and making sure that you're getting the best and latest information. Quick little tidbit there as well. A lot of people don't know, but there's a bit of a lag with the MLS. The information that we have access to as realtors is instantaneous, so whenever a house gets listed, we know about it right away. Sometimes it can take a couple of days before it hits the public MLS system, so there is a bit of a lag, and if you've been out looking for houses and you've been going it on your own and had that frustrating phone call where you call through and say, yeah, I'm calling about this place, I see it just got listed for sale, and they say, oh, sorry, it's already sold. That's the reason why. Market education. Viewing houses is the best way to understand a market. There's no doubt about that. I go through as many houses a week as I possibly can, going to member open houses, showing clients houses. I'll even go to open houses on Sundays if I'm out driving around and I see something that's interesting. So constantly looking at houses is definitely the best way to know the market, and watching for a while because you get to see what they get listed for and what they actually sold for. That leads us to the next step, making an educated offer. The only way to do that is to have the history. Recently there was a home for sale in town where it was listed for sale at $379,000, and shortly thereafter it was reduced to $349,000. So you would think, okay, the house is worth about $350,000, and it actually sold for $315,000. So an additional $35,000 below the reduced price. So if you're using what the houses are listed for as your guide for pricing, It's not exactly the most accurate way to go about finding the price of the homes for sale in that area, because the reality is the houses are really worth what somebody's willing to pay, not what they are listed for. The seventh step in the process would be going through the home inspection and all the necessary paperwork. So once we come to an agreement, then we have things like home inspections, financing conditions that we would need to fulfill, and we can assist with connecting you with the right people to do that as well, including selecting a lawyer, step number 8. My advice there is you always want to work with somebody who's fairly close by, because you're going to be going there to drop off checks and keys and things like that. Perform the final inspection. This is a very important one in my opinion. I always recommend with my buyers that we go through the house one last time right before it closes. Usually the day before, or maybe even the morning of closing. We just want to make sure that everything is okay with the house. We want to make sure that the things that are included, the appliances, are the right ones that they've left behind, that they're still in good working order, that they haven't left piles of garbage in the house, or they haven't scratched or damaged the floors or the walls in the process of moving. The reason why we do that is because we still have a bit of recourse. If there is an issue before we actually close on the day of, we can do things like not close or delay closing until things are fixed, or maybe close with a financial holdback of a few $1,000s to have some form of leverage. Once you actually close and you've got the keys in your hand and there's a problem, good luck getting it fixed. Last step, moving in. Once you've got the keys in your hand, the house is all yours and you get to move in and enjoy. So hopefully this helps with the people that are sort of on the fence and think that buying a house is a big, scary, daunting task and it's too much for them to handle. Much like anything else, just break it down into small, bite-sized steps. Take it one step at a time. Work with somebody who understands these steps and can help you through each part of the process. If you have any questions, I'm always here to help. Give us a call at our office here, 905-681-7900, or reach out to me at hispersonalbest.com. Come and meet me for a coffee at Thursday nights up at the Brown Dog. Great coffee there. And apple fritters too. Got to get one of those. Thanks for joining in, and we'll talk to you soon.